All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight I've got something special for you all. Something incredibly spectacular. Tonight, I bring you the most spectacular event that has ever been conceived. You'll never be able to guess what it is, I tell you. Tonight, before our final streams of the semester, we have a spectacular multi-person event brought to you live for free. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you for the first time. No, I need to press that button. For the first time ever on the big screen, I bring to you the most spectacular multi-person event ever of all time in the history of the internet. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, I bring you, after this is done loading, I bring to you our honorary, first ever, never before seen, once in a lifetime, the incredulous, the amazing, the stupendous, the fantastic, the magnanimous, the inconceivable WWW Royal Rumble! Brought to you live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, as our ringside announcer is settling the crowd in for the national anthem. We are going to be having our first ever 20-man Royal Rumble. Now, for those of you who don't know how this works, 20 people enter, only one leaves. Well, I mean, the others are going to leave as well, but only one will leave as the victor. Ladies and gentlemen of the chat, how this works is that this is going to start off with two competitors. We're going to see the first coming in now. It's going to start with two competitors, and every 30 seconds, another competitor is going to enter the ring, and it's going to keep going and going until all 20 competitors have entered into the ring. And first off, we have Deadpool as Bob Ross, our first competitor of the evening. Making his way down to the ring, Deadpool as Bob Ross has taken over the internet by storm. His new movie, Deadpool 2, as of yet untitled, is quite possibly one of the most anticipated movie sequels of all time. And he has graced the WWW by entering into the ring first this evening. I can't even begin to describe how pleased I am that Mr. Poole was able to make his way down to Philadelphia this evening to participate, in my hometown, no less, in the greatest sporting event ever conceived in the history of mankind. Now his first competitor is starting to make his way into the arena tonight. Who will it be? I don't even know the order. It was shaped up randomly ahead of time. Our first competitor tonight is none other than La Chancla! Everyone's favorite masked luchador, La Chancla, is a fan favorite of Hispanic households everywhere, and we are just absolutely ecstatic to introduce him this night. It's not as if someone is standing right behind me holding a sandal to the back of my head at all. La Chancla is now entering the arena right behind Deadpool as our second competitor for the night. Already, we're facing off against a spectacular combination. Deadpool is a famed lover of Hispanic culture, and he knows more than anyone else that La Chancla is to be feared. And already they go into it right here. Already going for the suplex and throwing him back down to earth. It looks like La Chancla bonked his head there a little bit. Deadpool brings him up. Deadpool's not going to waste any time. He's a multinational assassin. He's going to have no effort dispatching a sandal-wearing man. A sandal-wearing luchador, no less. Oh, that looks like it was a particularly low blow. Oh, wow. Deadpool is really getting it handed to him. You know, for a man with a spectacular healing factor, Deadpool is just getting it handed to him. And we have our next contestant coming into the ring right now. Who is the third person to enter the ring? And it's none other than Chad Chattingston from Friday the 13th. Chad Chattingston wastes no time in trying to stomp Deadpool. He's going straight for Deadpool. You know, as someone from the 70s and 80s, he probably doesn't appreciate this character of his beloved idol, Bob Ross. They're pushing Deadpool. Deadpool is the first person out of the ring. What on earth? La Chancla and Chad Chattingston teamed up to take down the Merc with a Mouth. I do not believe this, ladies and gentlemen. And now Chad and La Chancla are going... They're just tearing right into each other. La Chancla's just stomping on him. Never mess with a luchador in his natural environment. Our fourth competitor is now entering into the ring. It's none other than the Lord Shax, manager of the Crucible Arena. He's taking him time off from managing the Crucible to get right into kicking some ass in the WWW Royal Rumble. And already he's giving La Chancla and Chad Chattingston a run for their money, but Chad just took him out with a nice... Oh, wow, they were really just giving it to him. Just teaming up to beat him. Chad's looking as if this might be beneath him. Beating up this guy. Beating up another member of the nobility. Lord Shax, he wasn't allowed to wear his Crucible armor, but so far he's managed to stay in the ring for a much longer than several of his competitors. And it's Dr. Ivo Robotnik! The Eggman himself, wait, just thrown over the ring! What on earth is going on? Oh my goodness, is Robotnik is out! Only seconds after entering the ring, while Lord Shax has managed to survive Chad Chattingston's onslaught and thrown off La Chancla's various attempts to get him out. Lord Shax, by the way, he has the highest stats of all the wrestlers in the WWW. And right now it's showing, is he's the only one who's managed to put a dent in these two. Oh, what a reversal from Lord Shax. And who's this? It's none other than an intruder from the Intruder game. Amazing. If there's anyone who can turn the tide, it's this slippery fellow who's always had quite a habit of sneaking in and taking the opportunity out wherever he can. He must know that La Chancla is in his home environment and everything. He must have prepared some traps ahead of time in the arena, because now both Chad and La Chancla are getting it handed to them completely. Although La Chancla's now, oh wow, La Chancla's going to town now on the Intruder. He's not standing much of a chance against him. Another contestant is starting to enter the ring now. I've completely lost count of who it is. We don't have a number counter on the side. Our fifth competitor for this night is none other than Inside. Specifically, the boy from Inside, who turned into the giant ball at the end. I don't think he's very fond of Chad, since he went right for him. Oh, what's this? Lord Shax doesn't like it, apparently, when someone steals his kills from him. Most people in the Crucible don't really particularly enjoy that either, and now he's trying to crush... Oh! What sort of move was that? It's just turned into a massive five-way mess, as La Chancla and the Intruder are still going at it, while Lord Shax is really taking it out on the Inside now for trying to steal his kill. I would too if Inside was my teammate. And what's that? It's none other than the green screen. Suddenly he's come out from behind me into the ring to try and take control of this situation. This monumental clusterfuck of a situation, I might add. And now it's just a massive six-way brawl. That's how things go in the Royal Rumble. You could be 1v1ing someone else for just a little bit, and then all of a sudden, someone else will come in and completely shift everything. Chancla and Chad must be really angry at each other for not helping each other out, because now they're going at it. Chancla's probably wearing down by now. Regardless, now we're starting to see. What's this? Lord Shaxx is being pushed out by the boy from inside. He's going out of the arena. Could Lord Shaxx lose this mere boy? He just got tossed out of the arena by the boy from inside. Spectacular. I don't think Lord Shaxx will be very pleased about that. You know, that's probably how he broke his horn in the first place. The intruder takes a minute to resecure his tactical gear before going straight at it. He's probably not too pleased at Inside for stealing his chief ally against Chad and LaChancla. But now, since those two are going against each other, you know, now there's nothing for the intruder to do than to team up with the green screen and take on Inside. And LaChancla is out! He was the second person in the ring, and he's been staying in for a good while now. But now there's 4 contestants in the ring. The green screen and Chad are down. It looks like they suffered some sort of critical hit too, while the intruder and the boy from Inside are going toe-to-toe. I can't quite imagine. Oh, and here comes another contestant. At the sound of the bell, the green screen just did a pretty impressive drop kick. And here comes Gatsby the dog! The demon Chowini from hell has graced the arena with his presence. The multinational... If Deadpool was an assassin, then Gatsby is the angel of death. Gatsby is a stone cold-blooded murderer, and he's going right for that Inside boy. He knows that Inside has messed up Lord Shaxx, the crowd favorite, the crowd's face, chances at winning, and he's taking it out on him. I was going to say, it looks like he was teaming up with the intruder there to take out the Inside, but no, it's just all of them going at it together as another contestant enters into the ring. Chad's desperately trying to hold on for dear life. And my goodness, is that Full Frontal? The second coming of Char, the Red Comet. Yes, it is. Well, what's that? I blinked, and Inside has been taken out of the arena by the intruder. The intruder is, as intruder does, quite a slippery fellow. The two most lethal people in the ring, I think. Full Frontal and Gatsby. It looks like they're working together for the time being, if you would even believe that. They want these old people gone, and Gatsby just pushed the intruder out of the ring, while the green screen and Full Frontal work to try and toss Chad. Chad has been knocked out of the ring with a punch from Full Frontal, who just immediately turns against his former ally, the green screen, as Gatsby picks him up from the behind and just tosses him out onto the ring. Gatsby, the stone cold killer that he is it looks like he was lining up for his finishing move there when Full Frontal came behind and tripped him. Full Frontal is a sneaky sort of character. You can never quite turn your back on him. It's devolved into a 3-way fight between these three. What a monumental mess this has become. The 3 most lethal people in the arena for now. And who is this? Oh man, it's none other than the villain himself. It's EA. The gaming industry's greatest threat to date immediately is going straight for that green screen. He knows that the green screen is the streamer's greatest ally and friend, and he wants to take all of the money from gamers everywhere. So he just eliminated their greatest ally in the fight against EA, while Gatsby and Full Frontal just are absolutely wailing on each other. EA knows that Gatsby is quite possibly the only person that could put a stop to his plans now. And he's making Gatsby suffer for his infamy as a stone cold killer. And who's this? Why, it's Widowmaker from Overwatch. Overwatch has come to save gaming forever from EA, it seems. If you even believe that. It looks like it's a showdown of cosmetic loot boxes versus pay-to-win loot boxes. Well, two of the most dangerous people in the entire WWW are going at it. Widowmaker is just sparing EA nothing as she's desperately trying to push EA out of the ring. And so close, EA is desperately clinging to life, just like it's hold on the stock market. Well, EA looks like it's trying to just shove Widowmaker out. And we have another contestant coming in now, our 5th contestant. Who's it going to be? Because again, I don't know. Right now we have Widowmaker just got flung over the ropes, desperately holding on. It's none other than Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, coming down to lay down the law. And immediately EA, not appreciative of all of these unmonetized characters in a non-pay-per-view event, is just immediately going after all of the non-original characters. Full Frontal looks a little down for the count there. Well, Widowmaker, a trained assassin herself, is going straight for Gatsby. The famed Cold Stone Killer. While Thanos looks like he's trying to give one to EA. Already this has devolved into a massive mess. As what's that? It's Super Hot. My goodness, it's Super Hot. One of the greatest first-person shooter puzzles ever created, coming in to take down Widowmaker. Gatsby is on the ropes. It looks like Gatsby might get pushed out. Gatsby is out of the arena, pushed out by EA and their scummy business practices, no doubt. Super Hot really looks like it has it out for Widowmaker for devaluing the first-person shooter scene as a whole. And what's that? Thanos has pushed Full Frontal out of the ring. EA and Thanos are still going at it, while Widowmaker's got Super Hot in a headlock to throw him right into the turnbuckles. That looks like it hurt. Did that elicit a boo out of the crowd? Or is that just EA slamming it on Thanos? Is that what's getting it? Thanos would be overpowered for this arena, but he, as you can see, his Infinity Gauntlet there doesn't have any of the Infinity Stones on it. So he's a fair match for the economic might of EA, and he just flung EA into the back of Super Hot, who's just flipping Widowmaker ceaselessly. Both of them are doing some pretty impressive acrobatics in that corner of the ring. As another competitor enters into the fight, we're nearing the end now, I'm pretty sure. Who's that? Well, it's none other than Smallville. As you can see from the S on his Smallville, the better DC Justice League show, he's going straight for his immediate rival, Thanos from Marvel Comics. He's even helping out EA, the industry villains, to get at his chief #1 rival. Spectacular. An absolute mess. How amazing is this? It looks like Thanos... Oh, Thanos is just... I don't even know what that move is called. Can we call that the Infinity Whirl? For future reference? Thanos is staring off as the next contestant is coming into the ring, desperately awaiting the chance to bring him on. And it's Slave Knight Gale from Darksiders. That was a pretty cheap move from Thanos, immediately taking it to Slave Knight Gale. Already, this 6-man fight, Super Hot, knowing that one of his star video game brethren was in trouble, trying to help the Dark Souls characters. But Thanos is pretty determined on being the only big villain from nerd fandom here. And there's just so much action going on, I don't know what quite to process. Both Super Hot and Widowmaker seem to be taking a bit of a rest. Well, Slave Knight Gale is already looking pretty worse for the wear. And he just entered the arena. Was the beatdown that Thanos gave him that serious? And EA has Smallville. He's desperately trying to push him over the ropes. Smallville is trying to hold on, but EA doesn't have any kryptonite. So Smallville and his Smallville are just going to get continuously handed to him. Gale has Thanos in a choke now, trying to punch him off the ropes while Thanos came in with a headbutt to secure his place back on the side of the ring. Widowmaker has Super Hot over the shoulder, but Super Hot was able to break free. As Smallville has EA on top of him now. But EA managed to break loose. Once again, the villains of the video game industry slip away. Right now, we see everyone's locked into these one-on-one fights. It's a little impressive. Thanos looks like he tried to taunt Slave Knight Gale, who went for a backbreaker on Thanos, if you would believe that. Thanos looks like he's got some sort of injury there. He keeps holding his arm. Maybe the Infinity Gauntlet's a little heavier than it seems. Already, this has just become a mosh pit of fights. No one's been able to throw anyone else out of the arena, and it's staying like this. I know there's some more characters we haven't seen yet. It's going to stay like this because the max number of people inside of a ring is 6. So that means it's going to stay like this until... Oh, and Thanos seems to have swapped off against Smallville now, opting for his more classical rivalry. While Slave Knight Gale in Dark Souls 3 has come to save the gaming industry from the villainous likes of EA. The hardest boss in Dark Souls against the hardest boss in the gaming industry. Who will win? Gale looks like he took a pretty serious beating since EA is breaking free of anything that Gale tries to put him in. And it looks like Widowmaker's being pushed out by Super Hot. Finally, maybe this rivalry will come to an end, but no, Super Hot's just too weak to push the hefty Widowmaker out. Gale is on the ropes. EA is desperately trying to push him out. EA knows that Dark Souls is obviously not a marketable franchise anymore, and it's desperately trying to get rid of... No, it could not push Gale out of the ring. Dark Souls is going to remain in the public conscious for as long as reporters keep comparing difficult games to Dark Souls, I think. What a mess. Thanos is using that Infinity Gauntlet to good use as he's giving Smallville a couple of nice hits in the Smallville. If you catch what I'm saying. Thanos is desperately trying to get his longtime DC rival out of the arena, but Smallville just keeps persisting. It's amazing how no one has gotten out yet, even though 4 people are on the ground. And Widowmaker has turned on Smallville for trapping him in this awkward situation. Gale's looking for a chief opportunity to get rid of EA once and for all. But he knows that EA is the true final boss of Dark Souls. And EA is desperately still trying to get Dark Souls out. Oh man, are we going to see Slave Knight Gale finally go out of the arena, courtesy of EA? Finally leaving the public conscience once and for all? No, he wasn't able to do it, spectacularly enough. Thanos got a pretty impressive drop from Smallville there as Gale's back under the ropes again, desperately holding on. So far, that old man, I guess he consumed enough of the Dark Soul to hold on pretty tight, since he's grasping onto that railing for dear life. I think Thanos is starting to wear out a little bit now, since he keeps getting handed it from Smallville. Thanos just went over the ropes, desperately managing to hold on, but rolling out pretty quickly. I gotta be surprised. It looks like everyone's starting to wear down just a little bit, but there's enough adrenaline pumping through their veins that they're gonna be holding on for quite a while. If I'm correct in remembering this, Widowmaker and Super Hot were some of the earliest contestants in this arena, and they've been going hard at this for a while, and they've showed no signs of stopping. EA and Thanos have swapped up their opponents, but Widowmaker and Superhot have been going at it since they both arrived in the arena, and Widowmaker just got knocked out of the arena with a mean hook from Superhot. Amazing. Finally, things have shaped up as Thanos is starting to give backhands to Smallville. Thanos just got kicked in the Infinity Stones from behind by Smallville, who seems desperate to rescue Superhot. Just as Superhot lands a pretty impressive dropkick on Thanos' face. Smallville's now trying to stop Slave Knight Gale, it seems, from knocking EA out of the arena. I don't think Smallville likes Thanos that much. Maybe it's because all the purple reminds him of Overwatch. And Smallville, Superhot just punched Thanos out of the arena. The power of virtual reality, punched the Master of Infinity out of the arena, if you could believe that. And our next contestant is entering into the ring now, as these four are just going at it. It's the real Mario from Super Mario Crossover. Already, he doesn't like his games being compared to Dark Souls, so he's going to try and get Gale out of the arena as fast as possible. Ditto with Superhot, it seems, who just punched Slave Knight Gale out of the arena. I don't believe this. Superhot's doing what EA can't. I don't think a lot of people enjoyed that. Gale was a pretty well-beloved boss by the community. And if anything, this just goes to show how much people love their Dark Souls. EA is desperately trying to push Smallville out of the arena. I don't think EA really appreciated the help it got from Smallville later on. Smallville's going out, being pushed out from EA. Smallville is out of the arena. And what's this? It's a Quaggan from Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 2 also has some pretty mean microtransactions, but it doesn't like the bad rap it's getting from EA, and it's just stomping him right in the gut. Mario from Super Mario Crossover has been knocked out by Superhot. Superhot seems pretty determined to be the only video game character in this. The only mainline video game character. And the Quaggan must know about this, since it went right for Superhot. And EA looks like, oh, that was a particularly nasty slam onto the arena there. Is Superhot and EA gonna team up against the Quaggan? My goodness, they are. Oh, that was a particularly nasty looking backbreaker. The Quaggan looks down for the count. What's this? It's Cade 6 from Destiny. I don't think he particularly enjoyed his buddy Shax getting absolutely trampled by everyone else. So Cade's gonna lay down the law now, in that true Cade Sticks rebellious style. He's going right for Superhot, and then he's probably gonna go right for EA, since he has to deal with Activision, and that can't be allowed. EA looks like it tried to time out or maybe even taunt the Quaggan there, who grabbed him by the back of the head and is trying to throw him out of the arena. He is desperately trying to push him over the top rails, but it's not working. It's desperately not working. Cade inadvertently screwed up his attempt to push EA over the rails. And by thunder, is that Aron himself? Looks like he's not particularly happy with the Destiny content route, as he went right for Cade 6. That's so spectacular aggressive. He must be really unhappy with the spectacular lack of content canceling. EA has been knocked out of the arena. I was too focused on the Aron versus Cade 6 grudge match to see who knocked EA out of the arena. It was either Superhot or the Quaggan. One of them. Anyone who has a Discord knows that Aron's been playing a ton of Guild Wars trying to get that great sword Eternity, because there's just nothing to do in Destiny right now. And now it looks like Cade's found out about that and is desperately going to try and make him pay. Two gunslingers Two leather jacket wearing rascals going at it. Possibly for the final time in all of history. Both Cade and Superhot have been tossed out of the arena by... What is that Quaggan's arm doing? Superhot has been knocked out of the arena by the Quaggan, showing Superhot once and for all that first-person games are a way of the past. What's this? The Quaggan, Cade, and Auron are our final three competitors for the night. Cade just backhanded Auron. Those two are just going to go at it. And the Quaggan's definitely trying to keep his distance. He doesn't want to be attacked by either of them. And the Guild Wars 2's loving characters are going straight for Destiny. Oh, this is particularly brutal to watch. Oh, wow. Auron just grabbed Cade there for the Quaggan to come behind him and hit him in the back of the head. Cade's desperately trying to hold on for dear life against this merciless onslaught. But for how long? Auron and the Quaggan have rapidly turned on each other, and it's rapidly become less of a 2v1 and more of a 1v1. Guild Wars versus Destiny versus Will Indeed. A battle of the franchises. Which sort of branding will win? Will Auron help out and prevent the Quaggan from being knocked out of the arena? Or will he just sit by? He looks like he's sitting by as this Quaggan's just going to get tossed out of the arena. The Quaggan is out. And our final two is Auron and Cade 6. Disgruntled player base versus new and interesting game. What sort of move was that? Cade must have been saving that in his fuel reserves this whole match. You know, they're both latecomers, and as everyone knows, the later you come into the ring during a Royal Rumble, the better chance you have to win this game. Auron and Cade, both leather jacket wearing rascals, look like they're gonna fight to the bitter end, but it looks like Auron's wearing out just a little bit, and Cade's taking that advance to his advantage. Cade's got higher speed, while Auron's a little slower, but he's a little tougher than Cade could ever be. But it looks like speed is all that Cade needs to start bringing out all these spectacular moves we haven't seen this whole match because the arena has been too cluttered. Absolutely spectacular. Oh, what a spectacular turnaround. Oh, another spectacular body slam from Auron to Cade. He's desperately going to try and take this glorified Exo to town. And by town, I mean out of the arena. What sort of move was that? Cade looks like he's hurting pretty bad now. Looks like he burned himself out. Desperately trying to take on that Quaggan, and now he's paying for it. He came into this fight pretty fresh, and it looks like he's definitely making Cade 6 pay for spending all that effort for taking on the Quaggan, since Cade is just getting wailed on. Cade's enhanced speed, but lower endurance seems to be biting him in the ass now. Auron's just absolutely ruining him. He tried to punch him out right there, but Cade came around with a headbutt. That looks like it really hurt. Cade's got a horn on his head and everything. Still, Cade's been getting it pretty badly from Auron ever since Cade took out the Quaggan from the arena. And I doubt it'll be much longer until that horn of his breaks. As everyone knows, since Auron plays a hunter in Destiny, this is actually how you get to become the Hunter Vanguard. By doing this is the true Hunter Dare, a one-on-one cage match with the Hunter Vanguard. Loser gets promoted. Loser gets promoted to be the Vanguard, and no one wants to be the loser. And so both of them are just gonna fight to the absolute death for this. Auron's being tossed over the arena. Cade's desperately gonna try and push him out, but Auron came around with a shoulder butt, that's what it's called, shoulder butt, right into Cade. Cade's desperately trying to throw him out. No, he turned around just to slam him down. Cade's desperately wearing out. He doesn't have a lot of endurance left in him, especially since Auron's been giving him a particularly nasty beating. But it looks like Auron's starting to wear out as well. Now I think it's just a question of who's going to get to who first. Who's going to push who over the side of the ring first? I don't know who it's going to be, but I personally hope it's Auron. Because I don't want to be the Hunter Vanguard. Kate's calling for some sort of timeout, but I don't think Auron's going to have any of that. When it comes down to the line, Auron's a dirty cheater when he has to be. But Cade has Auron on the ropes now. Nope, he tried the same trick again. Just to get another headbutt into the side. Cade's desperately trying to get him over this end. Well, Auron turns around and gives him an elbow. Cade's over the side of the ropes now. But Auron let him regain. Perhaps as some wider strategy, some display of honor. Oh, that was a particularly nasty looking body slam. Cade and Auron are both writhing on the ground in pain, both desperately trying to get up, but Cade seems to have gotten up first. While Auron's still down on all floors trying to recover, Cade's going to take that to his advantage and just go to... Oh! He just got elbowed in the giblets by Auron. Once again, I said it once, I'll say it again. Auron will not play fair if he has to, but Auron's getting slowly pushed out of the arena by Cade. This is exactly how it happened with the Quaggan. Is Cade going to be our first Royal Rumble champion? It looks like it, unless Auron can turn this around somehow. Oh no! Cade just didn't have the endurance to finish the job. Auron's calling for some sort of timeout, but there's no timeouts in a Royal Rumble. I guess he just wanted a moment to catch his breath before he would shove Cade off the side of the arena. He's desperately trying to push him over the ropes. And he just did! Our first Royal Rumble champion is none other than yours truly, Auron, the champion. Proving once and for all why he's called the champion. It's not because he looks good, it's because he just is the champion. Spectacular. We saw a lot of particularly interesting moves there. But don't worry, this won't be the last time we have a Royal Rumble. And no doubt, as easy as becoming the champion of a Royal Rumble comes, it's just as easy to lose. Because you never know how a Royal Rumble is going to turn out in the end. So as Auron signs us out for this evening, that's all I have. I didn't think of a particularly good outro. I didn't really think a particularly good outro there. Oh well, that was a little experiment I wanted to do for my professor. For my final version of the stream, we whipped up these characters a couple of hours before we started. We actually went overtime because I've never done any of this before. And I wanted to try and make 30 people, but we could only come up with 23. And we can't show off the other 3 because they're female fighters. So I thought that you could mix female and male fighters in a Royal Rumble, but it turns out I was wrong. But yeah. That was our quick little 40-minute fight of a messy Royal Rumble. Oh man, that was particularly beautiful. You know what? We got some time. And since we got some time, let's see if we can't try out something else. I know we started late and everything, but I want to try this out. Hold on. We want to try this out because Curse of Osiris launches tomorrow. I'm still grinding Guild Wars. And I want to get hooked on another game. I can't believe that All right, I never intended. One moment. It was never my intent to have Orwin be the final character to run this with. And it's especially funny because I got stuck with Cade and I'm a notorious hunter in Destiny. It's really funny. Wow, that was something. I know I commentated the Intruder match. The most prideful little shits of the two. Okay, what do we gotta do here? One moment. I want to see. Let's test this thing. I want to see if this will work. How much file size does WWE take up? Not. Ooh. A lot more than I thought. Jeez. I thought I deleted this. Oh, no, I didn't. That's right. Oh, wow. WWE takes up 48 gigabytes. Well, Destiny 2 only takes up 40. Shit. Wow, that's something. And Doom takes the most gigabytes up of all. Huh. I'm gonna delete this. How does... well, there's nothing in Phantom Pain, so no wonder it only takes up... Is this... Okay, this is applications, not save data. Okay, cool. We're gonna delete one of the Batman games since I finished that. I finished that, and let's see how long this takes. How long is this gonna take? Can I start this application without updating? 18 minutes. Oh, fuck. No. There. When in the world is WWE even packing? I don't know. It's packing enough to outmatch Destiny 2. It's just probably not compressed. I can remove this now since we're not doing that anymore. I'm kind of honest. What do I put up here? My name? My name's already put up here like 3 times. Oh well. We're gonna wait a little bit because I want to try this out, and I want to see. I want to see what this game is like. I want to see what this game is like. We'll play a little bit of it because I've heard interesting things, and then we'll call it quits because I got class in the morning, you know, and I don't have problems with staying up late on like class nights, but there's like a certain like one, it's already decently late, and two, like I don't go to sleep until about 2 in the morning. So we got about a little more than an hour left, more than enough time to wait for this to finish installing. So let's see if I can't find something to put up on screen. Let's read the headlines. Paladin's free-to-play game turns into a loot box, pay to win, with its cards unbound. Well, that was predictable. That was undeniably predictable. Although, all right. I didn't intend for EA to last as long as it did in that game, because it's a surprise. It's a pretty predictable surprise in my opinion, but it's still going to be a surprise. I'll update this when it's ready. But I was surprised. All right, let's unpackage that WWE thing really fast. I was really surprised by how by how quickly Robotnik got tossed out of the arena, by how quickly EA established itself as like the person to beat. Yeah, EA lasted way too long. I didn't even fiddle with EA's stats. You were there, and you saw me, making these characters. You saw that I didn't fiddle with EA's stats. I just made EA and got it done with. I'll admit, some of the, this is an idea. If anyone ever asks, this is an idea that I got by watching Germa985's Germania series. And I thought, why not try something that of my own, since I think it's a fun idea. And I'm trying to get better on my improvisation, but I don't know too much about wrestling. Yeah, only people we messed with were Shax, Cade. We made it so that the crowd... Alright, we did change one thing about EA. And we made it so that the crowd boos at EA. And Shax, we gave Shax, the best stats, 100% in everything. And he got out really fast. And, stupidly fast. Way too fast for it to be acceptable fast. Do you still hear, the PlayStation sound stuff? Huh. Yeah, Shax just completely tanked. That poor Quaggan. But this thing, I made a lot of these characters with Rockstream's help on the fly. And looking at it, we're gonna need, if I'm gonna do this again, I'm gonna need to go through and, one, change a lot of the stats, and two, change how a lot of this works. But behind the scenes, change stats. Make a lot of these characters a bit more detailed and in depth. I want to make it a sort of fantasy wrestling federation, but I just want other people watching this, other than me and Rox, because me and Rockstream, we talk about this. Rockstream's my buddy, and we talk about this all the time. We talk about stream ideas, and doing streams together all the time. And so we were talking about this idea, and we thought it sounded like a good idea because my final project for the streaming course is doing a pilot to a series. So the two options I've come up with now are the Bob Ross-esque-ish bantering with chat, building model kits, Gunpla, or this WWE-esque fantasy wrestling thing of video game characters, pop culture, meta references, the works. It's meant to be parody. In case anyone asks, it's definitely meant to be parody. And I would because I picked up WWE over the weekend since it was Employee Appreciation Weekend, and I work at a place that sells a lot of video games. Let's leave the name off the air, so no one says, oh, you're this or that. I work at a place that sells games, and it was Employee Appreciation Weekend, and I was able to get this game, the WWE 2K16, and I wanted to try this idea out. Now, WWE 2K16 turns out to be a lot deeper of a game than I expected. I thought it was literally just, the wrestling things, and you could set them to either AI exhibition matches, or you could, make your own characters, and that was it. I thought that was it. But it turns out there's a whole bunch of hidden little layers to the game that I never quite really understood. And I sort of understand wrestling. I understand what's going on, but I don't understand the move names. I don't know what everything is named, basically. And with these AI simulations, it doesn't excessively matter. I could call it a double hammy backflip, backbreaker, and people would go, yeah, that's what it's called. So I think what's the next step is to meddle around and see you like create a much more detailed and in-depth sort of like, program, and do that. Make custom stages, make a more, make like a scheduled series of events. Maybe I should have called it that. I was just like trying to think of, and part of the thing with doing a lot of this commentating stuff on the fly is that unless you already have a name for something ahead of time, it's difficult to come up with names on the fly. And that's something I've quickly noticed. 6 minutes left, okay. We're installing a game, by the way. I have a bunch of games that I don't have installed on my PlayStation because I'm too afraid to delete games sometimes. Oh man. I think I may have yelled a little too much. I mean, I was already kind of yelling and howling when we were making a bunch of these characters, and some of them are pretty ridiculous. Like making Rockstream's sister's dog, Gatsby. Gatsby, by the way, I don't blame you if you don't understand what's going on with Gatsby. Gatsby's a bit of a meme between us and our like sort of mutual friends, because Gatsby is this little Chiweenie who's just an absolute spoiled asshole of a dog and likes to throw hissy fits all the time. And someone once joked that Gatsby was just the Stone Cold Killer, and it spiraled into madness from there. Heck, someone even made movie posters with Gatsby on them. And it's something, all right. But yeah, sitting down and better fiddling with the stats and how characters look. I mean, I think some of them are pretty great. Characters intentionally sucking. They probably do. I've seen some. I don't know if they're external or internal. They may be internal, but I think it's also just, I think like you can just plug in like flash drives and hard drives and like just format them like, for PCs, and just format them to work with the PS4, since, PS4 is made by Sony. Sony makes all that kind of stuff anyway. No reason for it not to be compatible. But yeah. Go through, make everything more in depth. Make like a full schedule events beyond just the Royal Rumble, and rate these characters more and everything. And just mess around more with the WWE system and go on from there. I have WWE 2K18 on my wish list because, I want that community support, even though it's just a yearly game or whatever. I think because like it reaches like an apex to me personally of stuff I want visually and stuff I want to do. Like story mode, I could care less about. I just want to make my own custom wrestlers and everything, and just, spiral into madness from there. Let me also... I have bright lights on, so let me turn on this fan. Oh. 80 seconds left, okay. Good grief. Excuse me. Oh man, I may have eaten too much tonight. I'm hiccuping a lot now. I've been feeling kind of sick anyway, so maybe just everything's catching up to me now that I've been yelling for the past couple hours. But yeah, we're definitely gonna archive and edit that wrestling stream and splice it out from all of this, because that was too good. Nope, and already sort of spoiled. I don't update. Whatever. Yeah, we're doing this now. We're gonna get into this a little. Let's see what this is like, because I've heard a lot of good things. I stole this from my best friend Dean, because he doesn't play games anymore since he's a manager now. He has to wear a suit and tie to work every day and everything. He looks pretty dapper in it too. Well, let's see. I remember everyone going, "Yeah, this is gonna be the next big game." I'm gonna be like, Sure, Jan. From Guerrilla Games comes the knockoff Monster Hunter. It's not knockoff Monster Hunter. This is, I don't know. I'll reserve judgment until after I've gotten through the opening cutscene. Then I'll give you my first impressions, because I've intentionally not looked into much of this game.
What's that now? Don't like the cold? Can't stay in today. We have a ritual to perform, you and I.
The idea, though, that after some sort of like apocalypse, humanity regresses back to a tribal state while being surrounded by like technology and everything. That's really interesting. I've sort of talked about this with other people before.
Today, I speak your name, girl.
So, okay.
But will the goddess speak it back?
So I don't know these people's culture, because it's obviously changed a lot from when from when society hit the fan. I know the little girl's Aloy, because it's pretty obvious. This is, the whole introductory thing.
Be the mother who declares, if you had one. The whole village would attend, and matriarchs perform the ritual.
So this guy is some sort of outsider.
We are outcasts.
Yeah, and finds a baby.
We keep the tribe's rituals. Otherwise, we might become like the faithless old ones, who turned their backs on the goddess. But their wickedness doomed them. To us, were left the splendors of creation. Beasts of air, water, earth, and steel.
Damn, this game is absolutely fucking beautiful.
It is one thing to hunt a beast, another to hunt a machine. You must be humble and respect their power. I will teach you this one day.
Say what you want, this game at least looks visually impressive in the cutscenes. I think this... Alright, some people are gonna call me a heretic or whatever for saying this, but personally, I like how this game looks more so than I like the look of The Witcher. The Witcher's nice and all, but everything has this sort of, I don't know, washed out effect that doesn't quite look good on a console.
High Matriarch Teersa. What is she doing here? Does she mean to forbid the ritual?
But this game just looks stunning on this console. I don't know why.
No, off your knees. It's nearly time. And yes, you may speak to me.
You came to bless the naming.
Have not 6 months gone by since we entrusted her to you?
But we are outcasts.
You by choice, and she, well... I am a High Matriarch, Rost. I bless whom I choose.
Then you honor us.
Yes, now go, and be ready to declare. Go! Oh, Mother, this child needs a name by which to know her. That your love may warm her life as the rising sun warms all the earth. Speak her name! and so her name is blessed.
Stop this at once! What have you done?
I've blessed the naming of a child.
Stubborn woman, you call that curse a child? What did she tell you about his birth, outcast? Answer!
I've done only what you asked.
To raise it, yes. We said nothing of love.
Enough.
And you, blessing its name like it was one
I
of
know
your
my
own,
duty to them. And to you.
Without consultation.
I'm here. And wherever you go, I will follow.
Okay, so I already sort of know that this bitch, the mean one who came afterwards, is not necessarily a good character. That's all I really know. Let's dick around with the settings real fast. Normal on. Leave that off for now. Toggle sprint, sure. Requires an HDR compatible display, so you can. Okay, so you can fiddle with these things. Show headpiece on. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Credits, copyright. That's your extras. Your copyright and trademark. Sure, I guess. Let's go with normal. I'm not a. I'm not a bad gamer, but
Oh, that's a lot of berries. You're quite the gatherer, aren't you, little Lost? Now go and see if you can find some more. Hmm? Well done, that's a good boy.
Muy.
Children, come with me. She's an outcast, to be shunned.
How quaint.
There. Oh, come on.
Oh, big rats too. I've been kind of alright. For games that I know like Destiny and everything, I tend to be kind of chittery, however you want to say it. Because, you know, I know Destiny. Am I allowed to go this way?
Looks tight, but I can get through.
What if I go the other way? Or is this like the only way forward? I could have sworn. Oh, no matter which way I go, it's the same thing then. Oh yeah, it even has the Little done intersection here. So square's the crouch, huh? Ah,
This must be a ruin of the metal world.
yep, she took the
What are
words
old
right out.
places?
Right out of my mouth. I don't... Alright, I'm gonna be level here. I already do not like this POV. It reminds me way too much of... I hope this does not stick around later on, because this reminds me of the Batman Arkham games POV, and that's pretty cancerous, honestly. Get from the past, huh? You know what's one of the things I'll never understand is like why people, this whole, I guess, sort of outcast system and stuff like that. It's all really dumb to me. I guess maybe because I'm a bit of an outcast myself, so to speak. But when you push people away from a society that's based upon community and communal values, that's like asking for trouble.
Ross said never go in places like this. But I have to find a way out.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's always been a thing. But, I don't know. Whenever you push people away from communal-based society and so on, that's like asking for them to come back with a vengeance, so to speak. A little missile there. Yeah, I guess. I can see beyond that way. Is this wall gonna come crashing down, open behind me or something? The other thing is, I think it's really impressive, like, how much time has gone past for stone to, like, you know, overtake, like, stalactites and everything, to overtake, like, this entire, like, system. How many millennia has had to have happened for all of this to change?
Something up ahead.
Please don't let it be something in the water. I've had my fill of like things in the water. This sort of control panel thing. No, the water's too shallow here.
What's that?
Ah, it's the little...
Dead person.
Yeah, it really is a dead person, huh? Well, here's to hoping they don't come back to life the second I touch them. They're gonna come back to life the second I touch them.
Something shiny there.
Ugh. Is this their version of the Google Glasses? Is this the Google timeline where Google acquires Apple instead of Apple acquiring Google? She's gonna accidentally start something up, isn't she?
Everywhere. How does it do this?
So is this how it explains the little heads-up display thing? If so, alright, I think this is, like, if this is how they explain, like, HUD and everything, I think this is the best way they could possibly explain it.
A metal door. Closed. Maybe this device I found can help. How do I get it open? More lights.
I can tag rats. A rat attack. Ratatouille. So, the question is, how did this whole place get kind of like taken apart? Hollow lock.
It changed color.
I guess, like, alright, my biggest theory on like how this like sort of like new reality thing happened or whatever is the robot revolution happened, I guess. I've seen a few
Door
things,
changed color too.
and that's what I'm going to assume happened.
It did it.
Robot revolution happened, and then all of the robots turned into dinosaurs. That's kind of alright. That's kind of what I guess, like, sort of from the get-go. But we'll put that theory on the back burner for now, since I got no clue as to what comes next. So far, this game's actually alright. I think it's neat, like how they're introducing me to the heads-up display and everything. To, you know, a kid encountering all this stuff, and they're actually
What's that?
another dead person, right?
You think I want it this way? It's the best I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Show me. Show me again.
I can do. He's right behind you. Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man. Look, Daddy can't be there with you and Mom, but we can still have a party, right? Sure we can.
Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
And so, when I activate this HUD thing, I'm gonna always be moving slower. And it closes behind me, so I can't go out the same way. I already came this way, right?
Well, happy New Year, dear diary. Can you believe we actually
I do
celebrated
not
last
like
night?
this guy's voice.
We did.
He sounds really intimidating.
Director Evans invited everyone to gather in the community room. Don't know where she got the party hats. That was a ghoulish touch. So there we sit watching the clock tick down to midnight, and I'm thinking, am I the only one who gets the symbolism of this? It might have been worth it if Skylar had gotten drunk again, but I seem to be a mistake she doesn't want to repeat.
Why are party hats ghoulish? when you say more dead people. Uh-oh, there's machines in the facility.
I saw them lining up in the community room. Like cattle in a slaughterhouse, but smiling at each other. Shauna handing out meds like being alive is some kind of pain to be eased. Well, not me. I don't want to go quiet. I don't want to trail off. I want a period at the end of my life sentence, not an ellipses. Hell, an exclamation mark. So if that upsets whoever finds this, too bad. I don't know anyone, anything, anymore.
I'm not quite sure. I don't know, so they committed mass suicide or whatever when the world was coming to an end or whatever? That's alright. That's the thing that I hate. They never like these post-apocalyptic things never really detail like how the end of the world went down. They just kind of like shrug and expected us to happen.
I mean, seriously?
Why did they die
Call
here?
our thoughts for posterity.
What happened to them?
Great idea, Director Evans. Like I haven't done enough for posterity already. Like I wouldn't be here like this if not for posterity. I'm done with posterity. Posterity can go.
Classy. I guess so. But I didn't like that.
Machu Picchu. Always wanted to see that. Never did. Why didn't I go with Owen when he asked? Stupid. Well.
And pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. I mean, death. I'm sorry. It's been a while. And these meds Johnny gave us are really something. So, okay, from the top kids. Hail Mary, full of grace.
And maybe that's all I need, you know? That moment the door opened and you were standing there.
Yeah, I
wearing that
guess.
retro wave dress and a wave smile. I had to look away or you were gonna see on my face what had just blossomed inside me, you know? It was just an instant, but I knew we'd be forever. Shall soon dissolve.
That's my least favorite line. That's my least favorite line in the whole song. Ugh. And whenever people sing it slowly like that, it always manages to unnerve me just a little bit.
He found me. Ross found me. Down here. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Mother be praised. Come, girl. Take my hand.
Yeah.
You don't belong down there. Come. Such places are forbidden, Aloy.
I fell in.
They are of the metal world. What is that on your face?
Nothing.
Did you find it down there? Give it to me.
No.
Aloy, such things are dangerous.
No!
Well, if you're gonna go sneaking away from home, you need to know how to survive in the wild. Come, Aloy. Home now. Starting tomorrow, we'll learn to hunt.
An interactive little tutorial. I don't know, I quite like this. How it is so far.
All these shaking. What do they mean?
Take your bow.
So only she can see stuff given off.
Bow?
And enough muttering to that plaything. We descend to the valley now.
Yeah.
Follow.
And I think I like how this is actually interactive. I might take a break from grinding in Guild Wars to do this.
The wilds can be dangerous, Aloy. You will need to stay
To play
close
this
and
game
do as
all the
I
way
say.
through, and maybe I'll do my game review
No.
on it.
Now, you're still scratched up from that fall you took yesterday. So let's start there. Take this medicine pouch. I'll show you how to fill it. See this plant over here? It's called
It
South
cuts right
Brush.
to raining.
Come, gather its berries in your pouch. Good. Now eat the berries. They may
Oh,
taste
he has a pretty intense expression on his
save your
face.
life.
Yeah.
Always keep your pouch full of medicinal berries, flowers, and plants.
Where are we?
This valley is just a part of All Mother's embrace.
Embrace.
The Nora tribe watches these lands and keeps out the most dangerous machines. Usually.
So in other words, it's the perfect tutorial level zone. Is that what I'm hearing? But still, regardless, I think this game looks
Further
really nice.
downriver, we'll find a herd of machines, and I will teach you how to hunt.
Are they dangerous?
All machines are dangerous, Aloy. Their power must be respected. But I will be beside you.
Is it coincidence that Aloy's name could also be said as Alloy, if you add in another L?
Aloy, a machine's coming. Crouch and follow me into the tall grass.
But don't go into the tall grass. It's where the raptors will
Now
lurk.
stay
Will-
low. No, Aloy. Such machines are called Watchers. You must learn to avoid their gaze. If you are to survive in the wilds, I will show you. Listen close and do as I do. Stay still. Wait for it to pass. Now keep low and follow me across the trail to that tall grass. Oh, another one. Let it pass.
But why? All right, why are there? Did the Watchers alert like the larger, like T-Rex ones?
Come.
They don't
back this
really
way.
look like they got weapons mounted on
The
them at all.
slower you move, the quieter you'll be. And crouched walking is quieter than upright. Wait for it. That's the last of them. Let's move on.
There's gonna be one more, isn't there?
You did well. They didn't see or hear you. Now stay close. That herd should be just ahead.
Interesting. I'm very interested to see how this ecosystem of machine animals plays out in practice. Are they full-fledged AIs, or are they merely instinctual?
Who's that?
Ignore him.
But why is he up there? He's smiling at us.
Deb! Get back where you belong! Deb! Where are you?
Ignore him. We are outcasts, and he is of the tribe.
Maybe he doesn't like the tribe.
And he is a fool.
I don't
Come
know.
now. Let's find that herd.
From what I've seen, I don't think I would like the tribe much either, but I don't know. Whatever, I don't know everything. Ridgewood. They've nailed... Alright, I really like watching people move because they've really nailed how people look and how they move, I think. Especially kids.
There. See them?
Or at least...
These are called striders.
Aloy moves.
Ha! Get!
Why'd you chase them off?
To show you how some machines startle easily if they detect you and run away. They're best approached by stealth. Don't
I
worry.
like how his cape is just all
We'll catch up with them
feathers.
further down the valley.
And you can see
You'll
like the wire mesh that holds all the feathers together. It's a really neat touch.
Now, I want you to find some rocks that fit the cup of your hand.
Why?
Do as I say, Aloy, and gather the rocks. I will show you how to use them. Good. That's it. Those will do. Follow.
I want some more rocks. Okay, so that's how much sound I'm making. And so, considering I guess how most of the fights against machines are going to be less straightforward fights and more stealth-based encounters. I don't know. Already how I'm looking at this, it seems... Alright, because I played Assassin's Creed 3. This looks like it achieves what Assassin's Creed 3 onwards set out to do with world and exploration and gathering and sneaking and everything.
Come now.
Which I think is really interesting.
Come now.
Since
Aloy, over here.
this concept is interesting to me, though I might not be good at it.
It's time to throw some rocks.
But
Mr.
rocks
Pond?
can't hurt machines, right?
No, but they can distract them. Draw them into traps. Like that watcher over there. It must be dealt with, or it will warn the herd and send them running before we get in range.
So Watchers work with the herd?
How?
The machines speak to each other, Aloy, unless they are first silenced. Now you stay here on the ridge. On my signal, throw rocks and draw the watcher over to me. Wait for my signal.
So how do I throw rocks, huh? Uh-oh.
Aloy, throw a rock near me. There. Come, girl, it's safe now.
Disclaimer
Harvest the
alert.
kill so I can teach you how to make arrows.
I'm not going to play cautiously.
Good. Now, gather stalks of ridgewood from the plants over there.
He doesn't really have a lot of expression molded into his face, does he? Oh dear. That's unfortunate.
Use the stalks as arrow shafts and metal shards for arrowheads.
I can already, I guess, kind of feel like that this is going to be the game's weakness, is that people's expressions outside of like main lasting characters don't really stick. I don't know. I think that's a common problem with games because characters as a whole are so disposable in games.
Good. You'll never run out of arrows if you know how to craft what you need.
No, but gathering and crafting is already
Let's
going
put
to be a
those
pain
arrows
in
to
the
use.
ass. I can
Follow.
tell. She keeps the man. Okay, now she stows it away.
Here, stay low in the grass and be quiet. It's time to make your first kill, Aloy. Strider, one of the weaker machines, and even a weak machine can kill a hunter if she's careless. You must study it. Its hide is thick, but there are spots where it is vulnerable, like its eye. Can you guess another?
The canister on its back. Is that a weakness?
Yes. How did you guess that?
The device. It showed me.
That plaything? Stop playing games. Now, take down that Strider. Target the eye or the canister. And if it charges, be ready to roll. Good strike! Hit! Keep firing!
So I don't know if it's for the tutorial or for this.
You did well today,
But
you have much to learn. Tomorrow, we train again.
I don't know if it was just for this encounter.
The one running the brave trails.
Follow Aloy, quick!
For this encounter, or if it's just the Strider's behavior in general, but they seem to pause after being struck so far. Who knows, maybe that's just... Did he get faster, or am I just that slow? Because I started off ahead of him. Oh, well, I guess he's just that faster. Ugh. Yeah, baby legs aren't that strong.
It's only a matter of time before the machines find that boy and kick him to death. But if I shoot, it'll cause a stampede. It will trample him.
But I can see the paths they take.
Stop telling stories.
I'm not. I can sneak through.
You will not. Aloy!
Oh boy, a stealth mission. I hate stealth missions. Yeah, you have an irrational feel, or a somewhat irrational fear of horses.
I need to do this slowly and quietly.
Wait until it turns around, and then I'll go once it gets over there.
Can't let them see me.
So only one track at a time, huh? Problematic, to say the least. Oh well.
Got to be careful. I need to see their paths. Almost there.
Admittingly, I took a bit of a gamble there with how the Strider moves. I couldn't tell if it was on my side of the bushes or the other side, but gamble paid off.
There he is.
Teb, huh?
Hey,
What? How is this?
follow me.
Let me guess, I gotta lead him back, huh?
How do you know to avoid them? How are you doing this? How is this possible?
Come on, dude. Escort missions, my favorite. Cripes. Okay. So the game's giving me a lot to process in small doses, which is nice. So far it showed me how to tag enemies, how to handle movement, how to handle stealth, how to attack enemies, and so on. Trophy earned. Followed Ross' teachings.
So, it is no plaything.
Wait. Oh, Mother, bless that girl. Bless you both.
Boy!
She saved me. I just want to...
Boy! Seal your lips. They are outcasts, both. And she is motherless. Come now. Back to Mother's heart.
That boy should not have spoken to us. It's against tribal law. We'll go home now.
Laws, schmaws.
I know the way. Seal your lips. Seal your lips. Seal your lips.
Ah, jeez.
Stay away, no mother.
Damn, nice catch. So fist is direct, insight is smart. What the heck?
Stop!
I like hearts.
Children, away from there. Back to picking berries.
You're bleeding. Let me have a look. Here, hold still. I'll get it.
Why? Why am I an outcast?
Aloy, this is not the time.
Who was my mother?
Aloy, I've told you before, that's not for us to know. You were just a newborn when the matriarchs brought you to me.
So the matriarchs, they know?
It's not so simple.
But they know.
Aloy, we are outcasts.
So how do I make them tell me?
The matriarchs? There is a way, perhaps.
So tell me.
It would be dangerous.
How?
It would take years of training.
I don't care. How do I do it? Tell me.
The proving. The tribe's rite of passage held every year. Those who pass become braves. But to the one who wins, the matriarchs grant a boon.
Boon?
Yes, whatever the winner wants.
Then I'll do it. Whatever it takes. I'll win the proving.
I see. We'd best get started then. Your training will be hard. And it'll take years.
Start training? Yes. Follow.
Oh boy. Alright. So I guess that sets up why Aloy is above and beyond the usual cut, so to speak. the while playing with your little lights as you sleep, huh? So precocious. Damn, that little earpiece is waterproof? I mean, I guess it has to be to survive so long. But geez, what kind of batteries does that have to last for so long and so hard? I dropped my phone in the shower and it just completely broke. Burned my charger even. Oh, come on. Am I going to be able to do that too? The little bullet time to take things out while moving? I hope so. Is it just me, or has his beard gotten a little grayer? Yeah, it was a really good transitional scene. I liked it. But Rust isn't going to last long. I haven't played much of this game. I haven't played anything in this game beyond this, but I can already guess. I already know these tropes.
Rust! Where is he? 2 days before the proving and he goes off without me? He wouldn't do that.
My school is there. Oh no, there's a level up system. Oh, fuck me. So you get 3 upgrade points. Why is it always the cadets? Because it provides motivation for characters. I'm gonna want this, I'm going to want this, and I am going to want this. I don't know how much moving I'm going to be doing. Probably a lot, but I don't know. I find like in these games, like a leveling system is annoying to handle. I like the Legend of Zelda version more, where there's a level, and then, you know, as you complete the level, it teaches you how to use the upgrades that you'll eventually get for keeps. I don't know. Okay, so quick save and manual save. Interesting. Something's gonna tell me that...
He said we'd go hunting this morning. Why isn't he here? Where's he gone to?
It's an interesting jump you got there, Aloy. Aloy.
What's he doing up there?
Yeah, I saved it at the bonfire.
He's just standing there. What's going on with him?
Is he dead? Oh, not yet.
Aloy, you're here.
Did you want to be alone?
No. We must speak. I've been thinking about your training, Aloy. You've learned to hunt, learned to survive. But I fear there's a lesson I failed to teach you. Would you learn it now?
Of course. I'll
No.
always learn what you have to teach.
There has been some trouble recently. It affords an opportunity to learn this lesson, but it will be dangerous. You must come prepared, or you will die. Descend into the Embrace and hunt until you have gathered the parts for fire arrows.
Fire arrows? What kind of trouble are we talking about?
Once you have the parts, you will meet me there, at the gate beyond the village of Mother's Heart.
The North Gate? At the edge of the Embrace?
Yes. Now be on your way.
Is something else bothering you?
No, I'm fine.
Anything else you want me to do while I'm down in the Embrace?
Odd Grata might be out of food by now. You could hunt a week's worth of meat for her, if you find the time.
Wouldn't mind if she'd say thanks just once.
Grata follows the law. Her silence towards us is honorable, not an insult.
If you say so. I'll go gather the parts, but I'm also gonna pay Karst a visit.
Aloy, that man breaks the law every time he speaks to you.
And I'm glad he does. I want to buy a tripcaster, and no other trader will sell to outcasts.
Stock it with ammunition, then.
What's the line from Star Wars?
For that weapon tonight.
That sounds ominous. All right.
I wanted to
See you
get
at the
some
North Gate.
power converters up at the station or whatever. Odd Grata.
Something's really bothering him.
Convenient. Map. An island? Now I understand that, and however long it's been since the world ended, things may have changed a little. But I don't know. I don't recognize the geography. I like it. Fire arrows, Ridgewood, metal shards, blaze. So those are obtained by hunting the beasts. The mechanical ones, naturally. I hate how the arrow just sits in, like, the bow, like, cocked and ready to fire all nicely. I should probably light these bonfires as I go.
The Embrace. My whole life I've never gone beyond this valley. That'll change after the proving. 2 days. 2 days until I get answers. 2 days and I'll know who she was. And why I was cast out at birth. As if there could be an excuse for that. Alright. Time to gather the parts for some fire arrows. I should find a herd.
Casting out children seems way too freaking extreme, honestly.
Going down fast.
Ooh. Although, it doesn't look like she's holding the arrow, though. Should pose this, talk to this Odd Grata person. I don't enjoy this POV though. I guess that's an acceptable answer. This time.
When my name was called to the mountain, you did not speak it back. You kept it close to your heart. I know, even when my belly and hands are empty, that you hold me in your embrace.
Hello, Grata.
Oh, Mother, since I was cast out, have I not been constant as the river flows? Have I not kept the vows as the stones do?
Those are some
Show
pretty
me
funky,
your grace, oh Mother, and provide for me once
pretty funky metal structures.
Don't worry, Grata. I'll hunt your rabbits.
Oh, Mother, I hear your voice on the wind. I would count your blessings on my prayer beads, but I lost them atop the eastern overlook. My old bones are too worn to return.
So it's rabbits and your trinket you need this time. Okay, I'll find you at your camp.
So, okay, this bench knows... Oh, this is a 3D map. Interesting. I didn't realize it was going to show topography as well. Ooh. What an eerie sort of feeling, man. I like how the cloud, since it's an act... Oh, man. I like this map so much better than Skyrim's map. Medicine pouch is full. Not quite. I will say though, I do like how this old lady's kind of snarky with her response. She's she's very oh, how do I put it? I don't know. Hi, Greta. What do you need today? Oh, ever-loving mother. I know you always provide for me. I would count your blessings even though I lost my prayer beads. That's... oof. That's something. Oh, cool. So it automatically translates it for me.
2 more days, and I'll know what it's like in there. It's so many people crammed into one place. I guess no one ever gets lonely in there.
Sorry, rabbit. I gotta...
Save this for later.
Sorry, poor bunny. Sorry, bunnies. I love you. Ay, ay, ay. herd of rabbits, huh?
Okay, Greta said her prayer beads were at the eastern overlook. It's not far from here.
I guess. Huh. Maybe I'm the kind of person who doesn't enjoy harming animals, huh? Have you thought about that? Turkeys. The apocalypse claimed human civilization, but not turkeys. Ooh.
Brave Trail of the Rocks is close by. Grotto may be the route, but it takes strong arms to reach the overlook the fast way.
Jeez Louise. That old lady walks up that way? Ah, scheisse. It begins. And so it begins. Me dying because I don't know how the parkour system works. Oh boy. Oh, and these things respawn? Oh, nice. Alright, we're just gonna run right past them. Bye. What the fuck? I can't. Oh shit. Jump up! Fuck. What the fuck? Come on, piss off, you stupid robots. Yeah, I know, I probably should call it quits. Well, at least let me complete this, like, first part. There, finally leaving. Oh, it's the Assassin's Creed style. Fuck. Fuck these jumping puzzles. I know I go, oh, jumping puzzles are easy. But these are the worst. I sincerely say that, by the way. Like, these are just the actual pits. Especially because it's not like it's Assassin's Creed, where everything's just, you know, completely televised. Because it's artsy and stylistic, like they don't.
Just stay out of their way for now.
I don't know. I do not like this so far. You see, the logical thing would be to jump up on that. But no. Because it's right there, and it's hanging down in front of you when you get up on top of the ledge. But no, you gotta follow these minute little gold things. They're freaking dumb. The gold blends in way too easy with this green. And boy, there's a lot of green in this game so far.
This looks promising.
Aha! Grata's prayer beads. I see why she comes up here to pray. It looks out to Mother's Gate. You know, I wonder what bothers me more. That she ignores me, or that with all her talking to All Mother, she's never lonely.
Damn. That's not safe. Let me guess. There's no fast travel, is there? I figured. Well, they're still distracted up at the top. Just gonna run along for now. Something tells me this really fast and dirty approach to travel that I've been doing is not gonna last me for very long. Why does it feel like it's always raining here? Wee. Yeah, I got complaints. If I'm gonna complain about a game, at least that means I've liked it enough. Or, no, I complain about everything. What am I talking about? I complain about things I don't like, you know. So I can't use that as like my defense or whatever. Man, you do the same thing there, Buster.
There's Grata, all alone with All Mother. The only way she knows. Good news, Grata. Once again, All Mother has brought you rabbits.
I found your prayer beads too. Just try not to lose them again.
All Mother. Each morning I find your tears of joy speckling the leaves. Joy at the beauty of all you have made. See how I cry now with you in gratitude.
So you'll cry for her, but you won't speak to me. Fine. Guess that makes you the better outcast. Grata, I may not be around much for a while. I'm gonna run in the proving, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen after that.
Oh, Mother, I thank you for the kindnesses you share. When the proving comes, in your great wisdom, may you give favor to a brave of generous heart.
I think I get what you're saying. Goodbye, Grata. For now.
Oh, Mother, hear me as I count off my years of devotion to these beads.
That Bith, Shino, what up? Watch your heart, son. Yeah, I think, I'm gonna go with a firm. I don't like these gold things. What was that? Scrappers. Ah, they got chainsaws for teeth. You know, that reminds me of the Visorak. Who remembers, shout out to Bionicle, who remembers that?
Brom! It's your sister, Olara!
Who's calling out?
Are you out there? Brom, can you hear me? Brom, please! It's Alara!
Man, is it just convenient that the tall grass, the ends of it are red? Just like, just like your girl.
I'm here, Brom! Are you out there? Please, Brom! Come find me!
I guess I gotta help this person. And yeah, you're right, there was a fox, but I don't want to hurt the animal, so I don't want to hurt him if I don't gotta. Brom. Oh man, I remember reading Aragon so many years ago. I thought, I don't know, of all the mentors, I think Brom is the most interesting.
Who are you calling out for? Do you need help?
I have nothing against outcasts. Far from it. But I shouldn't talk to you. I don't want to get in trouble.
I don't see anyone else around to help.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be callous. My brother was cast out, but his sentence has ended. He should have come home, but he didn't, and his camp was covered in blood.
Why can't I? There we go.
What are you doing out here all alone?
Each day I cut a notch on the wall, so I knew Brom's sentence was over. Then I cut 3 more.
Boar?
But he still hadn't come back.
Always blame a boar.
I begged the matriarchs to send braves to find him, and all they found was a blood-soaked camp. The braves said he must be dead, but I have to know the truth. So I came out looking for him.
Why was your brother cast out?
Rom was always a little different. A little touched. One of the hunters had
Pigs are scary.
Never let him alone. I was gone but an hour, and the hunter set after him like always, but this time, Brom struck back with a rock and split the man's skull.
Oh yeah, they
Spirits made
totally
him
will.
do it, he said. Whispers of the Forgotten. It cost him 10 years. I never should have left him alone.
What do you mean, forgotten?
All Mother curses blasphemers who won't repent, banishing them from her eternal memory. Those lost spirits are the Forgotten. Brom used to say they spoke to him, told him to do things. It was such a burden for him, and there was nothing I could do to help.
You said your brother's camp was soaked with blood?
The Braves went looking for him, and that's what they found. All I can think about is what might have happened. Is he really dead?
Did he?
Or maybe just wounded? Is he suffering? Does he need help? I can't stand it not knowing.
I guess I'll look for him, but I'm getting bad feeling about this.
Then let me come with you. I won't be a bother. I know how to stay out of sight.
I'm faster on my own.
If that is how it must be, just find him then. Please.
Might as well go and do this. If I don't, I'll just forget, honestly.
Hardy little plant. You'll help.
What if I wanted to... Oh, so it just randomly switches shoulders. Yeah, I see the little fox. I do not like how it just randomly and arbitrarily swaps shoulders from one to the other. That's, man, I loathe this randomly changing point of view. I mean, alright, it doesn't annoy me as much now that she's in the center of the screen, but I don't know, man. Pick a point of view and stick with it.
Blood, but no body. There's gotta be more to this.
Little diorama, huh? I do not like this.
Looks like a few drops of blood lead away from the camp. Whose knife is this? Did someone attack Brom with it? Looks like more blood leading away from here.
I don't know why it deselected the trail once I examined the thing. Yeah.
There, bucket. Did someone bring the blood to the camp? The trail of blood ends here, but whoever left it must have also left tracks.
I gotta say, I think the guy went more than a little off the deep end. It's my opinion so far, but Scheiße. Well, I'm getting pretty good at this, at the very least. Fuck's sake. I don't know how to... I guess that's how. Controls in this game. Good grief. Oh well, whatever. If I come out on top, I don't suppose it really matters. Oh, more pigs. There's pigs and turkeys and foxes everywhere. There's Cradle. Just quick save. Get on with it.
That's twisted. I wonder if the blood from the camp came from this boar. If Brahm did this, why does he want people to think he's dead? And why desecrate the shrine?
I don't know. I can think of a couple of reasons.
What are these scrappers picking at?
Scheisse. I kind of wandered right into them. Oh man, I need to stop being so noisy, I guess. I guess the scrappers got to this kid. I'm already not enjoying these things. Can tell you that.
Looks like it was a watcher. Whoever I'm following made short work of it. If it's Brahm, he definitely knows how to handle a spear.
It's too many controls. I can tell you that. Too many controls and I'm getting way too many buttons mixed up. Raccoons too. I'm sorry, it leads. Oh.
Someone loaded the supplies. Brahm was an outcast for a long time. Why take food and gear now?
Oh shit. Maybe in the future I shouldn't make jumps like that again.
It's the supplies from the cache. Why would they take them and just throw them away?
Sowing discord.
I will. I'll kill myself. I'll kill myself before I hurt her. I won't listen. Not until you promise. I will. I'll kill myself. I'll kill myself before I hurt her. You're not a spirit. What do you want?
I want you to step away from the edge, Brahm.
Yeah, gotta shoot the
No.
butt.
Leave me alone. Can't you see I need time to think? How am I supposed to think when everybody is shouting at me?
So many voices to listen to. It must make your head hurt. I promise my voice will be soft and soothing.
A soft voice, like Alara's. It's been so long. Years. Yes. Yes, I will listen.
That's better. Now tell me, what's troubling you?
Spirits of the forgotten. Souls cursed by the All-Mother. Their voices never let me be.
So
They want me
he's
to do things.
schizophrenic?
Hurt people. If I go back to the Nora, they might make me hurt Alara. And I'll kill myself before I let that happen.
Do you have to listen to the spirits, Brahm?
They're speaking to me right now. Oh is with me. They take care of me. Keep me company.
Oh man, that
Help
sounds
me.
like he's a
Except when they
schizophrenic.
scream. Like when that hunter knocked me down. Crush his skull with the rock, they said. And I did.
Brahm, you're alive. Oh, Mother be praised. I'm sorry I followed you, but I had to make sure he was all right.
No. Please, sister, I can't protect you.
I need no protection from you, Brahm.
He fears these spirits that he hears will turn him against you. Unless your voice can quiet them?
Yes. Just as it was before. He only ever hurt someone once, and it was provoked.
I don't want to hurt you. But the Forgotten, their whispers, they fill my head with screams.
He sounds like a schizophrenic to me.
Brahm isn't ready to return to the Nora. But I don't think he'll hurt you, Alara.
There's a place where I can stay. A cave on All Mother Mountain. I suppose you could visit me there, so long as I'm strong.
You will be, Brahm. I'll help you. Thank you, Aloy. I'll take care of him now. May you walk in All Mother's eternal memory, and may the Forgotten leave you be.
Yeah, I mean, he murdered someone. But, technically, one, he murdered someone, but my issue with that is, like, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little dumb, methinks. Oh well. You know, it's more dumb, fall damage in video games. It's realistic. Fuck. At least Assassin's Creed had the courtesy of putting fucking carts filled with hay everywhere. No, come on, don't do that. At least Assassin's Creed had the courtesy of putting, like, you know, wagons filled with hay and all that kind of stuff everywhere. So that way you could jump into those and you'd be okay.
Oh, useful.
This just makes me upset. I know you're like, it's video games, but I don't know. I really can slide far then, huh? It's not like Destiny's sliding where I'm... where I'm just doing the thing.
I'll tuck that away. Time to see Karst and get a tripcaster. No one else around. Looks safe to meet. My guess is he'll be waiting for me. There he is. Looks nervous.
Well, an outcast on my doorstep. All Mother protect me.
I already like this
Surprised
guy.
You saw me the way you keep looking every other direction to make sure no one's watching. Careful there, you'll sprain your neck.
It's always a pain in the neck when you show up, girl, one way or another.
Is there a reason why you're acting so cranky today?
Once you run the proving and get made a brave, you'll deal with traitors in Mother's heart. Maybe I don't like losing customers.
Traitors who don't break the law and deal with outcasts, you mean?
That's right. Our days of crime will be behind us, so long as you keep quiet.
Are you worried I'm going to tell someone that you trade with outcasts?
I don't think you're the kind who talks, but you never know.
You can stop worrying. The secret's safe with me.
Yeah, that's what I figured. But I don't mind hearing it.
Why do you take the risk, trading with outcasts?
Every time you ask.
If a big, meaningful talk is what you're after, move along.
It's because you used to be one, isn't it?
Yeah. Got caught poking around one of the metal ruins out beyond the Embrace. Matriarch said I was tainted and gave me 5 years.
What did you see in the ruins?
Nothing I can make sense of. After my shunning, I tried living back in Mother's heart, but everyone I knew had moved on, and there were so many people everywhere I turned. I like it better out here.
The only person I've ever told about our trades is Rost.
Yeah, well, not like he can turn me in, even if he wanted to. Law and duty sort of a man, that Rost. I don't know how you stand it.
I don't.
You really don't know why he was cast out?
I've told you no. I don't think anyone knows what he did, but it must have been serious because his term is for life.
Last time I visited, you had a tripcaster available for trade. Still got it?
I do. But you'd need to bring me a scrapper lens. What can I say? Special weapons don't come cheap.
Oh, I can pay. Took down a scrapper not long ago. Stripped out the lens in perfect condition.
I'll be the judge of that. Show me.
Should detonate when the tripwire connecting to anchor points is broken. It is best. Ooh. Ah, so it's a long-range tripwire deployer. Interesting.
Yourself a tripcaster. Practice how to use it someplace else, all right? My life's exciting enough without a bunch of shock wire booby traps to trip over.
Really? Could have fooled me. Will you be around later, in case I want to make another trade?
I'll be here. Same as usual, bring me the parts you harvest from any machines you hunt. The better the parts, the more shards I'll pay. Be sure to take a close look at my inventory, though. Who knows? Maybe I've got something that could give you an edge in the proving.
I guess that concludes our business.
All right. Good luck in the proving. Blessing of All Mother and all that.
Is that the game's way of telling me to keep an eye out on stuff? To the shark wires. All right. We'll do this. This first, I have to get the actual first story mission done. And then we'll move on. Gather blaze from Striders. Should be easy, he says. Run past a few what? Striders? Well, this is where I have to be to collect them, so... Yeah.
attention?
Oh shit, yeah, deer are... I know you're like, oh, horses are the real horrifying things. Whatever, man. Deer? Deer are worse. Deer are definitely worse. Rock inventory full at 10 rocks. That's fair, I suppose. Rocks are pretty heavy. Meese. I can agree with like moose and meese and whatchamacallits.
I've got what I need. Time to meet Rost at the North Gate.
Can I want to select regular arrows? Jeez. I guess, yeah. I haven't been around enough horses to really testify to that. Besides, horses are technically domesticated creatures, so if there's anything I'm intimidated of, it's not a domesticated horse. It's wild and untamed moose barreling 30 miles an hour.
Explosions and shouts from outside the embrace. I wonder what's going on.
Through 6-foot tall snowdrifts.
There he...
You have the fire arrows.
I do. Those explosions and shouts beyond the embrace. Is that the trouble you were talking about?
You will know soon enough. Until then, we wait for dark.
It is dark.
Wait for dark. I got Odd Grata her rabbits, for which she thanked All-Mother, of course.
It was All-Mother working through you to bring her the rabbits.
I
You always
guess.
say that, but I was there and I hunted alone.
And you always say that. And so, make yourself alone.
I saw Karst and got that tripcaster I was talking about.
I hate to think what that outlaw trader charged for a weapon of that make.
It wasn't cheap, but the caster is worth it.
Perhaps. You'll know it's worth soon enough.
Is something else bothering you?
No, I'm fine.
I don't understand. Those explosions are outside the embrace. What can we do from in here?
The lesson will be taught in due time, Aloy. Till then, we wait.
Are you worrying about what happens after the proving?
What happens is clear. You will be accepted as one of the tribe, and I will still be an outcast. To be shunned.
Rost, even if the tribe accepts me, I won't...
There is much to do, Aloy. We will discuss this later.
I guess I'll fight you later.
Still a while to go before dark. I guess I'll get some rest.
Good idea.
It's dark.
There'll be no time for sleep tonight.
Are we gonna time skip again? Quick save. Time skip, I guess.
Opening a gate for an outcast?
Some who are shunned reaped honor before disgrace.
So much for tribal law.
I spoke to no one, and now we must both keep silent, for we are outside of the Embrace. These are the true wilds, Aloy, with threats unlike any you have ever faced.
That carcass. What sort of beast was that?
The tribe calls it a sawtooth, and it's something new. Something angry. Since they first started appearing 10 years ago, they have killed many braves.
Yeah.
Follow the path. It's not far.
That cabin. What happened to it?
A machine, that's what.
What sort of machine does that?
The sort of machine you're hunting now.
Oh. I see.
Cripes.
I'll watch your carcass. I'll harvest the parts.
Watch your surroundings.
I should probably...
It won't be much farther now.
Why are we the only ones out here tonight? Why can't the tribe's braves hunt this machine?
They did. The kills we've passed are theirs. Tomorrow, they will hunt again.
They won't need to. This machine will be my kill.
Or your death, if you're not careful.
Jeez, this is just mildly intimidating.
An entire lodge wrecked by sawtooths? How many were there?
I didn't bring you here to answer questions, Aloy. I brought you here to deal with that.
Jeez.
Huge. How do you defeat it?
That will be for you to decide. This hunt is yours to make, Aloy. Yours alone. No matter what happens, I will not intervene. You understand? You are on your own.
I've kind of been on my own for the past
I can use the tall grass to
Alright, 3 tripwires should be enough. What I'll do is I'll stun it each time. When it runs into each tripwire chasing me, and then I'll shoot it with these flame arrows. That is, if I don't run into my own tripwires. Alright, here it comes.
Keep the upper hand. It saw me.
Oh, shit.
Calm, calm.
Same trick works twice. Machines are machines. Well, that went more or less according to plan. More or less.
Why did I bring you here?
Not to answer questions.
Aloy.
Survival requires perfection. It was a test to hone my skills against a dangerous new machine.
Follow. These are Nora hunting lands. They must be protected. If you hadn't destroyed the Sawtooth, how many Braves might it have killed or injured tomorrow? The lesson lives within the question, Aloy. For years, you've trained to win the Proving, but only for yourself. As a Brave, It will be your duty to fight for your tribe.
My tribe? You said I wouldn't need them.
But I never said the tribe wouldn't need you. The strength to stand alone, Aloy, is the strength to make a stand. To serve a purpose greater than yourself. That is the lesson you must learn. And remember it after the proving and after I'm gone. We're finished here. Follow.
Dawn has passed. This will be your last day in the Embrace as an outcast. Use the time to set your mind on the challenges before you. When it is time for you to go to Mother's Heart, I'll be waiting for you along the way.
I understand the final lesson, Rost.
Do you?
But if I'm going to stand for something, it'll have to be something I believe in.
Then I hope you find it, Aloy. I hope you do.
I'll go back to the cabin with you.
I'm not heading there just yet. I have other plans.
Other plans,
Oh.
huh?
Such as?
I'll be waiting for you when it is time.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What happened there? Jeez. Thank you, Monitor, for randomly shutting off on me.
I'll see you at Mother's Heart then.
You will.
Good grief. Let's manual save and call it a night. Yeah. Man, oh man, that was something. This is interesting. It's complex, and I'm not used to. I don't really like complex games a lot of the time because I find themselves to be, I don't know, a little too complex, if you ask me. Everything reaches a certain point where, with complex games, everything feels like it reaches a point where it hits that point where it's no longer fun because it's too complex. But I don't know, so far I'm not feeling that. So far it definitely it does actually make me feel like the complexity adds to the amount of options that I get to accomplish tasks. I don't, however, hope that every time I fight a sawtooth, which I'm going to assume that sawtooths are a somewhat average enemy outside of the base game. I hope what doesn't end up happening is that every time I want to go anywhere in this game, I have to be equipped with every kind of, trap, fire arrow, and so on. And that, I can just get from point A to point B without having to, load up on all this equipment because I have to fight all these different enemies in my way. I don't know. That's my opinion on it so far. But hey, I think it'll be... I think I'm gonna do my game review on this game for my final project and power through it this upcoming week between doing stuff for Guild Wars because I'm interested... I'm very interested on how this will turn out in the end and what exactly it'll feel like to complete this all the way through. Maybe. I'm not sure, because like part of the thing with Guild Wars is like, man, what I'm doing is kind of really mundane and boring, just grinding for gold. But it's kind of fun too. I don't know. I enjoy the social interactivity of MMOs. So I don't know. Whatever. It's stuff to think on later. Thanks everyone who stopped by at least for a little bit. We'll do the WWE thing again another time. Until then, have a nice night. On out.